Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm Gary Holden, your host. We're here today with head wrestling coach Nate Yetzer, our 197-pounder Darreus McCrea, and our 149-pounder Paul Biggs. Darreus and Paul, you guys both made it to the finals of the Invitational this weekend of Newport News Apprentice, the Builder Invitational. Paul, let's start with you. 149 pounds. You had to win 3 matches to get into the finals. Tell me a little bit about a couple of those matches, how they went.
Well, first match, I come out a little slow, and I picked it up in the end and come out with a win. And second match, I did a few technical mistakes, but I also kind of picked up a win there. And third match, I just kind of went out there, wrestled smart, very technical, and picked up a win there.
Okay. You got to the finals. You faced a kid from, was it Newport News Apprentice, I think it was you were wrestling a kid from?
No, he was from WVT.
Oh, okay. West Virginia Tech, okay.
Yes. And, well, I really couldn't do much with his tie-up, and I don't know, just got to be a little more technically sound, and I kind of pulled off a nail there.
Okay. Well, sometimes I know you have to see a guy a couple times before you can figure out their styles and everything. So.
Yeah.
Darreus, for you, this was your third time you were in the finals of a tournament. You've won 2 tournaments so far.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about how it went down. You had a first round bye in the quarterfinals. You were in the semifinals, and you picked up a win there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I had loads of time to think and get my mind set, mentally for the first couple of matches. And first match, I thought I did pretty good. I executed well. I think I gave it 100%. I was on my toes like every second of the match, and then finals, I just made a couple of mistakes. In the beginning, it kind of looked okay, but then I just got stuck, and that's something I can fix in my wrestling.
How difficult is it? You're wrestling 197, one of the last weight classes, so you typically wrestle towards the end of the lineup anyway, but then you got to sit around and wait. There was a quarterfinal bye for you with the top seed in the weight class. How difficult is that to sit around all day and just kind of like hurry up and wait there?
Yeah, it's not a very exciting thing, but wrestling tournaments, you got your teammates to keep you there, but mentally it bothers you because you're there for one purpose, and that's to wrestle, not to just sit around and But it did give me time to think and prepare myself mentally, and just think about what I needed to do once I finally got on the mat, and that's what I did.
You guys are a couple of the team leaders, obviously. You brought 12 wrestlers out there. How did you feel like the rest of your teammates performed this weekend?
I feel like they competed hard. Their tempo was really high. They went out there, they were very aggressive, and I think they gave it all they could. And the results kind of showed for it. Some succeeded, some didn't really do too well.
Coach Yetzer, you were there for most of the matches and everything, probably on the edge of the mat. Anybody stand out for you besides these two as really having started to come into their own?
Well, I think overall the team in general really did a great job of going out there and being aggressive and fixing a lot of mistakes we've made early in the year, and that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for guys to get better each and every week, and we definitely did that this weekend. I think one guy that stood out was probably Tim Whitehurst. He probably had his best tournament by far to date. Just went out and executed, and I'm excited. I'm excited what he can do once he completely buys in. I don't know if he's totally bought in yet, but I think he realizes that he can have success if he just does all the things off the mat correctly. And he's got talent, he's athletic, so those two things we can build off that.
You guys placed 5th as a team in the tournament. There were 10 teams in the tournament. In the team standings, they show about 20, but it looks as though those like B teams and C teams.
Yep.
How did you feel overall about the competition that was there at this tournament?
It was okay. It was okay. It's obviously next year at Division III Nationals and some other tournaments we're going to see probably obviously better competition. But for the level we're at right now, it was a great tournament for us. Some guys, everybody got a little bit of success. The guys. They also got a wake-up call a little bit, and so it was good. Nobody won the tournament, so none of our guys won the tournament. So obviously it was there were some good kids there.
Okay. What's next for you guys? You got a season-ending tournament coming up here soon.
Right. Well, we're gonna have this week's gonna be really light, and then the next 2 weeks are gonna be where we're gonna hit a very hard training cycle. The following week after that, we're gonna take it light again, and then we're going to the NCO Nationals in Richmond, which is our end of the year competition. And hopefully, this year they have two different divisions. They have a Division I and a Division II division. Then they have NAIA, Division III, junior college, prep school kids, all in Division II, which is what division we'll be in, obviously. And I think the goal is to get there and you come out with 2 or 3 All-Americans. At the end of the year, that's always the goal, and hopefully, get a guy in the national finals. I think that's huge, and it's a great stepping stone for next year.
What's the facility they're using for this in Richmond?
The Arthur Ashe Center in Richmond.
Real nice facility.
Yep.
Great. Well, wish you guys luck at that tournament right there. Coach, you got an open house this weekend.
Yep.
Friday, February 1st at 4 o'clock over at the Norton Fieldhouse, which is directly across from the Hank Norton Center that we're sitting in right now. Tell me a little bit about what's going to go on over there.
Well, we have all of our guys will be over there. I think at 4 o'clock we start. We have some guest speakers. Dr. Broughton will be there. She's our president of the school, and she's going to speak a little bit. Abe Knapp, our athletic director, will be there. He's going to speak. I'll speak for a little bit, and then we'll give a tour of the facilities. And then immediately following that, I think we have refreshments and stuff, and then we'll have an open practice.
So you guys will be practice, give opportunity for the media that are there.
Yeah, it'll be light, but we'll go some live, and I'll introduce everybody on the team, and we'll go from there. And then following afterwards, we plan on going downtown to the Paradise Sports Grill for kind of a meet and greet as well.
Okay. Great. Well, looking forward to that. I know that I know some people have been talking about coming down here. We got a couple TV stations that'll be here, maybe a couple newspapers, so it'll be great to get that type of exposure for your program. Speaking of exposure, talk a little bit about amateur wrestling news. We've made some contact with them. They bid on a story, and lo and behold, it's become the cover story on the February 12th edition. I
thought we were going to get a little corner, like an ad, and then find out we're getting the cover story, and that's huge. It's more. It could do more for our program publicity-wise than all the emails I send out, put together. So. It's definitely huge. It's the oldest, very respected, and I think the most circulated wrestling magazine in the country.
Right.
So to get that kind of exposure is huge.
The Hope family started that magazine in Oklahoma City back in 1953. Yeah. Jesse Hoke, and now the owner is John Hoke, his son, and they're keeping that thing going. And he sounded very excited when I spoke with him last week about the story.
Right.
I really think that's going to be a good thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear so much publicity about programs getting cut. To have a program get started and be positive stuff come of it, that's huge for wrestling. And I think people get tired of hearing about how many programs are getting cut, and wrestling's a dying sport, and to have a program get started and the success we've had, I think numbers wise, we're not where we need to be wrestling wise, but we'll get there, and that's definitely exciting. It's positive energy toward wrestling, so it's good.
Great. Tell me a little about your camps this summer. You've got a couple camps planned here at Ferrum and off campus as well? Right.
We do a system of camps called the State Champ Boot Camps all around the country, really. We're going to South Dakota this year, going to Florida, California. So, they're spread out throughout the country, and, we will invite all the kids around that area. They're more than welcome to come. The camps we're going to have on campus, we developed a 3-level system where each year builds off the next. And the first camp's a technical camp for kids that are just kind of starting off in the sport and need to learn the fundamentals of the sport. And the next camp is an intensive camp. And the last camp, the grit camp, is for kids that are serious about wrestling and want to wrestle in college. We get them prepped, for what to expect in college. And we also do financial aid stuff. We'll have a seminar on financial aid. How to go about looking for the right schools, fit your needs, and it's not just for Ferrum, it's for any kid that's wants to continue wrestling after high school. So we put a lot of time and thought into these camps, and we're bringing on a lot of good people. We're flying in a lot of good people for these camps, and and hopefully they're successful this year. And I think it's not just all about the money, bringing kids in, and having to pay. It's not like any other camp. It's totally different, and hopefully kids get a lot out of it, and kids especially that want to wrestle in college.
How do people find out about the camp?
Yeah, you can go to www.pantherwrestlingcamps.com. All the information is there, everything you need to register and all that. So that's all online. Or you can just email me at nyetzer@ferrum.edu. And I'll answer all your questions on there. So.
Great.
Yep.
Great. Well, hope it works out well with the camps. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great wrestlers here on campus. Fellas, congratulations again this weekend, and good luck at the NCO Nationals, and we'll have you guys back here in a couple weeks for the next issue of Ferrum Wrestling 411.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, folks. Have a great day.